Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jesse, your DM.
Cody playing Lazarus.
Brennan playing Dis.
Mike playing Nim.
Britt playing Kenna.
And we are Double Doubles and Dragons. We're a group of goofy Canadians that have gotten together to play a little D&D. Sometimes we will say things that are inoffensive. We mean them as jokes, of course, and they're certainly funny to us, but some people may find this offensive. If you do, we apologize, but we don't want any hate mail about it. So just don't listen, okay? Let's jump right into the action. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, a quick recap of where we left off. Everybody took a break from the fire to go gather some various intel while they wait for a day to go by so that Kenna can long rest so they can more appropriately attack the bottom layer of the building. We found out from the farming run that Father Maxi believes he can help out with the symbol, and he sent Lazarus and Nim to go gather some materials for him. In the meantime, Kenna and Dis went to go talk to Brawny, the brawny-looking wood-carving man, and he has retreated to the back of the store to produce for her some wood that he believes that she would like.
I'm very excited for this.
So what do you think he got you?
I don't know, but it could literally be anything, and I'll be happy with that.
All right. Well, we won't hold them in suspense too long.
If she had emoji eyes, they would be with the hearts right now.
Yeah, I would assume like when I'm asking you these questions, you're not even like looking at me, you're just staring at where
like
I'm
staring
basically
down the aisle where
I'm
he
just like,
disappeared.
I see. Doing the slow look back.
What are you doing? Get out of the way.
Oh,
You're
sorry,
in the way.
Sorry, step back. Like, I see what's going on.
After several moments, Brawny returns, and he's got something cupped in his large hands, keeping it hidden. He approaches Kenna, and he opens his hands, and what's inside his hands is a small wooden figure of a tree planted in the ground. It has two little birds carved in the branches, and there's a little swing that's kind of been attached to it. And he goes, "Now, if you give the swing a gentle push," and he kind of holds it out for you.
Push it.
When you push the swing swings, and the birds do like a bobbing head up and down in time with the swing.
Your mind was just blown.
Kenna is just like standing there like mouth open, just like, oh my gosh, and like looks up at it, probably it's just like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, it's just a little trinket. But keep it. And if you need any woodworking skills in the future, you know, general things, furniture, house construction, that sort of thing, you come to Brawny, and he'll take care of it for you.
Oh, I promise we will.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I'd assume while this was happening, it was super awkward, so I backed up even farther while they were talking, and I just started dancing in the corner slowly. So,
I see.
afterwards, I was getting mood.
He's just like...
Grinding his hips ever so slowly. Golly.
He kind of looks over at you. Anything else?
Yeah, I was, still curious about Gruff Woodwalker. Want to know more about him. Do you know of anybody else close by that would, that may have been close friends with him, or even somebody who might know a little bit more than you about?
Not close by. The rest of the people that partake in our game come from different rungs.
Which, any of the rung, hold up the ring, any of these rungs?
He kind of he reaches out and grabs your hand and moves it a little closer.
Ooh.
No, none of those. At least not as far as I believe so. Anything else I can help you with?
What would it take for someone to play in your poker game?
Well, usually you have to be a woodworking type individual. We do tend to keep it sort of tight.
What kind of woodworking are we talking?
Well, Gruff did the rough chopping. I did the carving. Samson did the enchanting.
Does anyone grow them?
Well, we usually procure from the forests on the farming rung.
Wouldn't it be more convenient if they were close by?
Well, if we could have enough for that, certainly, but nothing's grown in the forests on the market rung in some time.
Oh.
Not forest size, of course.
Interesting.
It is a very interesting fact indeed.
But at any rate, I'm afraid I must return to my work.
Of course. Thank you for your help.
One more thing, Elf, if you wouldn't mind. Milady, perhaps you can wait outside.
Sure. Thank you so much for the trinket. It was so lovely to meet you.
Oh, I was happy to give it. He kind of waits for her to leave out through the door. And he moves a little closer. And he puts a firm, large hand on your shoulder and he leans in. Don't worry, lad. She'll soon forget about old Brawny. They always do. Now you have a good day. And just kind of walks away.
Just like,
All right.
The moment he gets outside, she's gonna be, what did he say?
That was just guy talk.
Don't give me that. What did he say?
That was just talking about wood and stuff. You know, I'm a master at that.
You don't know anything about wood. He was not going to talk to you about wood.
Well, he tried. I didn't really understand any of
Insight.
it. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah,
you're
because
really inciting his deception.
Obviously.
Well, maybe. You have a really good chance at this.
Nope.
No.
She got no chance at this.
Well, it was there, and then...
well, you know, men are mysterious
That's a 3,
creatures.
right?
Yep.
Who knows what they talk about?
It was an 8.
I had 14, so it wasn't that far.
Hey, men are mysterious creatures. You'll just
It
have
was the
to.
most dreamy thing I've ever laid eyes on.
Don't worry, you can visit him anytime you just want to walk 11 hours.
I might just
Wow.
do that. Maybe when we get a shop, he can build all our furniture. Then that would give me an excuse to see him all the time.
That's true. That would.
Don't tell Nim. He'll just bug me. Pinky swear.
What?
Pinky swear.
Well, that's a commitment right there.
And just like that, the first lie between players was sealed. The beginning of their distrust.
Are you gonna pinky swear or not?
Well, maybe Nim could have some pointers on this.
Have you met him? He doesn't know how to talk to a tree without screwing it up.
No, he's book smart.
Oh my gosh. Just remember who heals you next time you're upset.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep my secret.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Mark that down. Do not tell Nim.
Under no circumstance.
Well, it's gonna be like 2 sessions, and it's gonna
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
Yeah.
be like, whoops.
Like, all right, I did write that.
Didn't we know a burly woodsman that could help us with this? The one Kenna liked. just out of the blue. I can see it now
and
already.
him's just like, oh yeah, woodworker.
Yeah, no, I can't see that going well at all.
this is what I imagine he looks like.
In the meantime, I suppose we'll switch back to Lazarus and Nim for the time being. So, you guys are back at the market rung. The usual interaction ensues with the greeter.
Wait, who has the coin purse?
I believe Kenna has the group gold,
But,
but
like,
Lazarus may have enough on him to cover these expenses.
What? You're holding out on us, bro?
No,
Yeah.
not holding out. Simply haven't had time. Forgotten about.
Oh, that makes sense. I forget about shit all the time.
See, Nim understands.
Like the whole social cues and that kind of stuff.
This is usually fairly amusing.
So do you guys have enough money to procure what you need or not?
I think so. Maybe.
Okay.
Not bad. I've got 132? No,
Okay,
130.
okay.
130 or something.
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any.
No. Nim reaches in his pocket and pulls out 1 copper piece, and he's like, I have this to contribute.
You did.
That's all I have.
You did just procure the diamond, after all.
Yeah, that wasn't out of my funds.
Regardless, I suppose we should not keep the greeter waiting.
Everybody's giving Nim so much shit, but the only reason he's poor is because he's been pooling his money with the party the whole time.
So have I.
That's true. I just mean, like,
That's true.
everybody's looking at him like he's poor, but,
No, he's got
just
one
makes me
copper.
laugh. He's got 1 copper.
I'm not that poor.
That's right. A man is never poor as long as he's got some money to his name.
Or a money to his name.
A money. I have an A money.
Singular money.
I have a singular money.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, could you tell me where you were planning on going?
Yes, could you kindly lead us to where we may most likely find a suitable golden cross for ritual purposes?
I
Then
believe I
followed
can do
by
that.
some pure white ash. And lastly, we'll also need some sort of ritual catalyst, a diamond or a pearl.
I see. I believe I have just the shop for you that will be able to fill all three of those purposes.
Very well. Perhaps you've even been there before, Master Nim.
could we maybe... Is there a shop in the direction of the burning wood mill that could help procure all three of those?
Speaking of, did you not perhaps receive an arrangement where we can get these things discounted?
Not yet.
After the sawmill, was that?
I have it written down. I don't think it was the sawmill quest, though.
We may be able to use leverage, solving this being revolved.
I didn't write it.
The one I had in mind would be on the way to the burning building, yes.
All right.
Very well. Lead on.
Very well. Please follow me. Begins leading you, actually more or less in the general direction of the burning building. It takes you quite a while. Like you feel like you're almost halfway to the burning building.
That's like a 6-hour walk.
Yeah, it's a decent walk. And he's taken you to a kind of darker area of the market rung. The buildings here are a little more worn down. They're less signed, that sort of thing. It just looks like a bit more of a rundown area.
Nice.
High society hangs out here, don't they?
I try not to judge.
I don't either. I don't even know what high society is.
Well, you are adventurers. Perhaps you will experience it at some point.
Nim just shrugs his shoulders like...
Aim high, Master Nim.
Very well. Here we are.
That was a short joke.
All right, so he stops in front of a fairly dilapidated-looking building. Windows are broken, sign front's gone, door looks a little rough for wear. And he just kind of points, I believe you'll find what you're looking for in there.
Very well. Shall we go, Master Nim?
Sounds good.
All right. So you open the door and immediately realize he may have taken your it'll be used for a ritual thing a little literally. It's definitely an occult shop. There is dust everywhere. There are skulls, jars with interesting and unidentifiable organs in them, ropes with garlic tied to them, some stakes over in the corner, all manner of occult-looking thing. As you enter, you notice a cowled figure sitting at the counter, and as she looks up, you notice she's only got the one good eye. The other eye seems to have gone completely white on her.
Is it off in its own direction?
No, it's staring rather fixedly in your direction specifically, Lazarus.
No doubt.
Can I help you, Lazarus?
That was creepy.
Nim just like elbows your leg. He's like, how does she know your name?
Now, Nim, whispering is rude.
Well, this one seems to be at a disadvantage. May we know who we speak with?
You may, though only for the asking. You speak to Faye. Phelan.
She Phelan?
It's like one letter away, man.
Really now, people making fun of my NPCs. That'll get you nowhere.
I didn't make fun of anything. I just asked a serious question.
Now, You've come for something.
Indeed, we have.
Wait.
Lazarus is like,
I don't get to practice often. You seek a method to remove something. Something in your way. I believe it's a symbol of some kind. Am I close?
Close, but still vague.
Of course it's vague. It's only impressive if it gets more specific with time. Very well. You've been sent here by a holy man, though he knew not you would send here. And he has asked you to procure things for him, to remove this seal of some kind. He will fail, and your efforts will be wasted.
Insight.
Yeah, I'm inciting too.
Double insight!
We're just like, whoa! A prudent piece of information.
Like, that always sounds good. That disadvantage on the ability checks,
can I
right?
inspire the first roll? Re-roll? Is that how this works?
Oh god, how does inspiration work with the disadvantage?
Mm,
You
think you
roll
just-
the disadvantage and then you roll the inspiration afterwards.
And it's still the worst of the two? Or
No.
is it? Or it's
Once
just a
you-
complete reroll?
Once you do
Right.
inspiration, then it's...
Yes, you can use it then.
Alright, well, we'll see whatever this lands on. Oh, look at that. 19.
19? What about Nim?
12.
Okay. Nim's not sure. He's mostly just creeped out.
He's trying to use his divination powers to figure out how she's divining so much.
I'm sure we can certainly get to that as well if you want to do like an Arcana check or anything like that when we're a little further in. In the meantime, Lazarus, you definitely get the feeling that this woman is definitely telling the truth. Like, it doesn't feel like she's lying. Everything else has been so true.
No. Well then, how can we ensure he succeeds?
He cannot. His power will not be enough.
Is this one not able to assist him?
You have less power in this range than even he. So no.
That is why this one asked for his services.
I can tell you where perhaps a solution to your problem lies, but that'll be 8 gold.
Well, thus far, we've received much information for no cost. Lazarus sees no issue with this.
I knew you wouldn't. That's why it was 8, not 10.
It was like, give her 10!
He just like looks back at him and he gives her 10.
She, like, that orb just, like, lazily looks over at you and gives you just, like, that one quick nod. Very well. You seek to remove the seal of a demon. To do this, a holy man can offer you no help, as the god they use to divine their might has already lost that battle, as is plain to see. Instead, you need a master of the occult, namely me. Every once in a while, Dis is giving this look like you walked right into that.
Yeah. Clearly, she's the one that can help you.
Yeah, but you don't
Lazarus
think
did
she's gonna
have
lie
to
to
go
us in front of
through
the
the
secret.
motions.
For only another 25 gold.
Sorry, what did you say to her?
Lazarus did have to go through the motions.
The motions are important. You seek my aid, then, yes?
You seem to have spoken to us honestly thus far, and whatever you may or may not have with Father Maxi does not seem to be inclined here, so then we are indeed in need of your services.
Very well. I will help you in this. For a price. The gold you were intending to spend for the trinkets Father Maxi believes he requires, you will give that to me. And when the job is done successfully, I will take his eye.
No deal. I need them both.
Is there a guy inside that as a joke? I'm looking for
Absolutely.
humor.
Yeah,
I'll look
you
for
can-
humor this time. 7.
Is that with the disadvantage?
We want one.
2! Not 1.
You have no idea if she's kidding or not.
Okay, I'll try to insight.
Sure.
24.
She looked over at you and pointed with her vaguely skeletal finger, but as she's looking at you, she's just got this little grin on her face.
Everyone's after a little eye of Nim. Not for you.
A little eye of Nim.
As soon as you finish the joke, she gives you one quick, Very well. Just the money, then.
And how much would it cost to ensure this does not embarrass Father Maxi?
Ah, you are worried I will talk behind his back.
No, simply that he will be also arriving.
I see.
I wish... Lazarus does not wish for things to seem distrustful of Father Maxi's intention.
Well, it is not my business whose feelings are hurt. If you wish to keep his feelings protected, that's your business, and your method to decide how.
I mean, he's gonna know something's up when we don't have the cross or the ash or the pearl.
Well, if you truly wish to protect his feelings that much, I can sell you the useless items you require.
Wait, does Father Maxi have a ring?
Do a history check.
We have seen his hands a lot.
Yep.
Mostly because he weighs
Okay,
more.
that's a 26.
He does not.
He does not.
How's he getting here?
Probably. Because who on the farm?
Lazarus isn't certain if Father Maxi has any power at all, except for she just confirmed that. We haven't seen him cast.
She didn't say he had no power, just not enough power to do what you
Yeah,
asked.
but she also mentioned that I had even less than that capacity, which does
True,
suggest
which
he
does
is.
suggest he has some power.
So he's not just a priest and priest name only.
The only people you've seen with rings are people that either are or used to be adventurers. Clearly people outside of that have different methods of getting around.
Because he said he'd be there in the morning. So he
Next morning.
Yeah, he might not have left yet. I'll touch my ring and I'll try to contact Lil.
Okay.
Lil! Nim to Lil! Nim to Lil!
Yes, Nim?
Lil, is Father Maxi around by chance?
I believe he just went up to his room.
Is there any chance I could get you to deliver him a message?
I certainly can, as long as he's here.
I'll stop for a second and be like, Lazarus, do we want to stop him from coming?
If we can spare him the trip, then we should ask him to stay, and Lazarus can go and explain further in person.
Okay. So I'll go, Nim to Lil, yeah, can you just let him know that his services won't be required and we'll fill him in on details when we get back?
I believe I can do that just fine.
Alright. Thanks, Lil.
No problem, Nim.
Did we make it in time?
She said he
You
had just
did.
gone to his room.
Well, Lazarus is grateful for that, at least. Well then, I suppose that amounts to... How much does white hash go for?
We'll call it a gold.
So then... Just make it 75. And like he's watching because he doesn't know the Stronghold prices, so he's just going off what he's been told.
She kind of looks at you for a minute, and then that one lone eye like slides over to Nim. For now, call it the beginnings of a business relationship.
We were content to settle for that.
Very well. I trust time is important, so let's go. And she kind of like scuttles from behind the desk and just immediately like hops up on your back and just kind of like settles on your shoulders.
Am I still in the shop?
Yeah.
I guess I like kneel the hell down as we go through the door frame.
Once you're outside, she just gives you like one quick like a soft cuff to the side of the head and just now mush.
You're directing, then.
You know where you're going.
Let's take them in the general direction of where we know this, because we're at the halfway point, so we know.
Yeah. I mean, you can also still, the greeters can still guide you as well.
Yeah.
All right. So they will begin their travels. In the meantime, back to Kenna and Dis. So you've just left Brawny's shop.
Oh, Brawny.
That's why I said it like that.
So, should we check out, see if we can get more info on Gruff, or should we just start heading back to the fire and figure out where we're gonna sleep? How much time's passed?
Let's see. By the time you got there, it was only about 20 minutes, and then you did some talking, and it's like not even 1 o'clock.
This is the longest day of my life.
But also the best.
Potentially. Seems like Brawny wasn't interested in me, so maybe not.
Well, you don't know that.
Maybe we can find out some of the people that, lived around the sawmill before they evacuated from the fire.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like where you're thinking.
And we'll see if there's demons.
We know that there is.
We'll see if Gruff was involved.
Oh, maybe?
Yeah.
If we put out the fire, Brawny would be impressed.
Yeah, that could happen.
One track mind, that girl.
It's okay. Next time I'm around him, I'll play it real cool. It's fine. It's fine.
Guys, yeah, no. No, you played it cool last time. You could tell
Oh,
nothing
did
was
I?
up. Yeah, no.
That's good. That's good.
Diz.
I probably heard him do this.
I mean, I don't know if he hit it all that well.
So I didn't play it cool, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying the sun's just...
There's no sun.
I knew it was going to get him sooner or later. Oh, God, I've been waiting for that for weeks.
Anyways, let's go find Gruff's friends, because this is just hopeless, so I'll just give up. Let's go.
No, it's fine. He seemed super interested. Did you see what he gave you? I mean, if he
He
wasn't
probably
interested...
gives it to every girl.
I mean, look at that thing. I don't
He
think he can
probably
make that
has
on
like
cue.
10 of them back there that he just hands out to girls.
Oh, man. Kenna went from starstruck to super depressed.
I don't think so. He seemed like a, one-track guy. You're probably in the clear.
Yeah, one track on wood. Oh, maybe that was the issue.
He can never love a woman as much as he loves his wood.
He's married to his job.
Something, his happy place gardens.
Anyways, yeah, we should go do some more
Reconnaissance.
recon. It is a hot day, maybe, possibly.
It's that sun beating down.
Right, all of a sudden. We should probably eat at some point, too.
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been fighting fires.
Yeah, I'm sure we're probably feeling pretty...
You two are outside, right?
Yeah.
Soon as you're like, we should probably eat something, you hear somebody shouting from 3 shops down. Hey, you guys, you two. You want food?
What do you have?
You like food, right?
Who doesn't like food?
Good. You come. I give food.
You found the Italian guy.
Let's
Is it
go.
Italian?
You're gonna get all the pasta.
Oh.
You come. Eat food.
I mean, I got the bank. We're good.
All right, let's go.
All right. Inside.
This is gonna be like $100 a plate or some shit.
We'll find out before we buy food. We ask the price.
All right. So he rushes you inside of his shop, and how to describe his shop? Imagine a butcher shop, like a good, like Italian style, but not necessarily Italian. But like that's where there's just tons of different kinds of meat. However, it's a little dirty, and by a little dirty, I mean dirty enough you noticed. And the meat is like that variety of meat. Like there's 2 rats hanging, and there's like, like squirrels, and it's the lesser meats.
I'm not gonna lie, your food doesn't look that appetizing.
I'm with him on that one. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to turn you down today.
But you like, I promise. It tastes good, yes? I give you have problem with rat and squirrel, I understand. But I give you big meat, yes? Big meat, good meat.
How many people are in?
There's actually like 7 or 8 people inside.
I want to. Well, Kenna's mentioned that. I'm just gonna wander off and just talk to like the nearest or not the nearest person, like the farthest person away that looks the most sane, I suppose.
That looks the
most easily approachable person in there, like looking for like.
I like that's your category for being approachable. Same.
Just
smiling
sane.
old age woman in there.
So here's my problem. Not all of his clients look super sane. Not saying they look insane either, but I mean, like, they look like maybe, they're a little more ragged, which may be why they're eating here. However, here's my problem. There are a couple of people that look pretty sane that are eating here. They look decently well dressed, they look well kempt, that sort of thing. They're sitting at a table together, a little table off in the corner. There's 3 of them, but there's a problem. There's a problem for this. They're all wearing chainmail.
Yeah, I want to look over and check hair color.
They are all blonde.
We gotta get out of here, Kenna.
I imagine you just like come and grab me and run out the door and be like, I'm sorry!
I like trying to back you away, like trying to put wait, no, we gotta get out of here.
Where do you go? You still need to buy food. You hungry?
This is dangerous clientele, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
There's no danger inside store.
Can I do a perception check of the room?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's an 18.
You definitely see the 3 blonde chainmailed individuals.
I understand. I'm sorry, sir. We don't feel we can't be here. It's nothing to do with your food. It's nothing to do with your product. It's got to do with your clientele. And then just like run out the door.
He follows out after you, and he's kind of like, wait. If you'll not eat inside, that's fine. I have table around back. Is usually used for staff, but you eat there, yes? Very romantic. Nice, secluded.
We're not looking for romance.
I give you good table, good meat, big meat, yes?
I want to look around and see how many people are around.
Sure. I like 5 or 6.
Outside? Outside of greeters? Those are like just regular people?
Just regular people.
So they look foreign to this place? So they look like same outfits that we'd expect from the rung? I assume there's like...
It's like half and half. Some people that look like they're from different areas. Some better dressed, some like maybe from the farming rung type of dress. And then there's some that just kind of seem more like generally dressed for this area.
Is he not approaching? Did it look like he was talking to anybody else at any point? Like trying to find, like hunt down people as much as...
Right before he grabbed you guys, you noticed some, like him like ushering somebody into the shop, but he wasn't as loud as he is with you guys. But possibly because he's more familiar with them.
I want to look around and see if anybody's taking notice of us.
I mean, they're looking. I mean, he's yelling. So, I mean, they're looking. But nobody seems perturbed.
Yeah, no, I think we're good. We're good.
You kind of like, all right, you cut good deal. I give you 50% off. 50% off good meat private table. It's a good deal.
Why is he pushing?
The pushing is making them suspicious.
Oh, Dis, did you get that? Did you hear that? We gotta get back to the fire.
Oh yeah, it's getting dangerous out there.
It's getting dangerous. We gotta
Get
go.
inside.
I'm sorry. We gotta go.
Peace the fuck out.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. We'll see you around. Maybe we'll come back for that some other time.
I like how the
Don't
dog
look back.
just tried to give you food, and this whole thing happened.
I wait for Jesse to just pull up some of his papers and just be like, well, then we need these anymore.
Here's his whole storyline.
Oh no, a story's never lost. I'll just find a different way to poison you. No, I'm kidding. There's no poison.
Or running, I'm like, I hope that wasn't
Well,
for the thieves.
Oh,
not
I thought-
intentional.
I hope that wasn't the Thieves Guild. Is that what you said?
Why did you want to be part of the Thieves Guild? We're trying to work our way up, not down.
No, but that guy. I assume, how far are we away?
You've maybe been running for like 2 minutes, but as soon as you kind of like ran away, he just, sort of went back to his shop.
Suppose we slow down. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, well, I don't know.
Something about the Thieves Guild. She asked if you wanted to be in the Thieves Guild.
No, but it was mentioned before somewhere in my notes.
I think you're talking about, he who shall not be named.
Okay.
I don't remember putting a Voldemort in this story, but all right.
No, but you put someone whose name we shouldn't be announcing in the streets.
Well,
Yeah.
that's true too.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
But
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, regardless, I'm starving. Maybe we could find a tavern,
Yeah, something that doesn't sell rat would be nice.
or that doesn't have a layer of dust across everything.
Or more importantly, the 3 chain. Did you see the 3 chainmail
I
guys?
saw that. I knew that it would trigger you.
Yeah, the blonde
So
hair. Did you see
triggered.
that?
I saw the blonde hair.
Any of those 3? Like, what if he has What if he has brothers?
Oh,
It's
no.
Identical
Problem is now
twins.
multiplying.
Triplets.
Don't you think that if there was triplets, all 3 of them would have been at the trials with us? Why would they separate them? Why would the triplets walk away from each other?
Less suspicious.
Oh, good Lord, Dis, what are we gonna do with you?
No, it's not me you have to worry about. It's the chainmail guy.
Well,
but don't worry.
we got
I'll
out.
keep us safe from him.
We got out. It's fine. We're
It's okay.
safe.
And I want to check behind and look for any chainmail guys, like the guys that we're following.
They are still inside the building, or so it seems.
All right, yeah, it looks probably safe from that.
All right. Well,
But he could be in cahoots with them.
well, we never know. It's okay. We're gonna go to a tavern or
Yeah, let's get some.
somewhere.
Did Dis the black guy just insinuate that all blonde-haired chainmail people know each other?
Yep.
And are possibly out to get one. And
Is that what just happened? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah.
they all give dirty looks too. Disassumes.
Dis assumes. Dis.
Look at their face.
No.
I didn't need to.
No, he didn't need to. He didn't need to label them a problem in society.
All he saw was blonde hair, chainmail. Game over.
He was just like, wee, wee.
Yeah. Okay, so is there a tavern near? Oh, or we have one of those host
Yeah,
people
it's-
things.
I'll look around.
He's
since
been
we-
politely following you the whole time.
I'm sorry. Is there a good place to get some food around here?
There are several people or places nearby to get food. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
Something that's not dirty.
Like a nice place that's not too expensive.
Speaking of which, how much does food go for up here?
It depends on the establishment. How much money are you looking to spend on your meal?
What are the ranges normally?
Well, there is usually what we would consider to be a more standard working fare, which is anywhere between a gold to 2 gold for a meal. Then there is a little bit of a higher price, somewhere around 5, usually 6. If you'd like to reach a high establishment, we do not often have people from the more noble caste down here. They usually send people to shop for them, but on occasion they come down for exotic food, and it'll run anywhere from about 100 to 150.
That sounds exotic.
It can be.
5?
Yeah, about 5 gold, that range.
3 to 5 gold range.
All right. Is there a particular type of food you're interested in eating?
your choice.
I don't eat.
Well, no.
Awkward silence.
So
We've probably had a lot of stew, because I assume that's all Lil makes.
Not all that she makes, but it is a decent component of the meals.
how
I have
about
syrup in my hair.
stew? Good stew places.
I love Kenna's like, we probably eat a lot of stew. Just like, yeah, stew sounds good.
It's good call, Kenna.
Good Lord. Okay. Guess we're going for some stew.
And everybody thought Nim was the autistic.
Also, we grew up in slave camps. What the hell are you guys picky about in the first
We
place?
have no idea. That's why we've asked him to take us wherever he would like.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Yeah, we still probably ate rat squirrel.
Was there a place you would want to go? Then, like,
What other food types are
I
we
have no
aware?
idea what we would know about.
Do you have
That's
any-
what's so hard.
sorry, do you have any bread places?
Turn.
Places
Reincarnate.
based
Oh,
around
God.
bread.
Oh golly. No, can we just go get some, like, your normal, everyday food, just stew. That's all we need.
All right. Do you prefer your meal to be live before you eat it or dead?
Dead?
Yeah, preferably dead.
Very well. I believe I have a place nearby then in mind.
Maybe we should just go for that 1 to 2 gold.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, might as well.
Okay.
Let's save
You're
some
gonna
money.
take us back to the place we came from?
I don't mean to be rude, but you did just run out of the closest place in that price range.
5 to 6 gold it is.
Yeah, let's move up a little bit. This is a dangerous area.
It's so good.
Man, 50% off, that means we would have gotten dinner for freaking, like,
A gold.
But at the
50
cost
silver.
of our safety.
no, 5 silver.
Oh god. Your guys' downtime activity always kills me.
How
All
does
right.
it always end up being me and Brennan getting
I mean, honestly,
shenanigans?
Lazarus and Nims was pretty, like, tame by comparison.
Minus the one creepy ass lady.
Here's like you
You're the one who's
I wouldn't think that too
attracted
loudly.
man at Kenna.
No, he's impressed by her, but he's a little bit warded. A little bit warded.
I think
Kenna and Lazarus and then Dis and Nim should go on an adventure.
I think Lazarus is like the team's anchor right now for
He's the stable rock. Keeps things from getting too crazy.
Kenna's pretty...
Kennis.
she's slipped a few times now.
I mean, nature gets a little bit interesting, but
She just loves nature.
She just gets goaty.
Just gets goaty.
Kit's in my backpack. Oh, speaking of which, I'll let Kit out to hop around since we're away from the fire.
you,
Nah. Sorry.
It's a good thing
He's
there's
just
outside
bag.
on fire.
I'm like, hey, kind of
It's a girl.
better. I'm sorry.
You like get that pet in, but then when like Ken is like, it's a girl, she just like the little like headbutt a little bit on your hand, kind of be like, yeah.
Like, whoa, she's fierce.
Obviously, she's a girl.
like, I want to turn to the guide again.
The place we just ran out of.
Yes.
That's just a regular food establishment. There's nothing more interesting about that.
I'm not entirely sure I know what you mean.
Just realized who I was talking to.
Has anyone ever died in that shop?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, is there a lot of places that sell rat around here?
It is a not uncommon food for the poorer folk.
I see. I guess that makes sense.
We've probably eaten a lot of rat.
It's true. Like messengers.
Okay, anyways, just take us to lunch so we can move on
We
with our
moved on from that
day.
lifestyle.
So we can move on with our lives.
I need to rest and kill stuff.
Who knew there was a lunch boss?
Why is it always? I have the weirdest bosses. All right, so yeah, he walks. He does advise you that one that he has heard well recommended is about an hour away.
Oh, golly, I'm not walking that far for food.
In which direction? Towards the fire or away from the fire?
A little bit away.
Nope.
I mean, that's pretty far.
It is pretty far, but I have heard their food is good.
Is there anything closer?
There is, certainly.
Can we go to a closer?
What range of money?
Oh.
It would be the same range. I just usually prefer to take what's been recommended to me first.
Is there a second recommendation that may be closer than Kenna?
A second recommendation. About half that distance?
30 minutes?
I mean, they're 12 hours away, sure.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
don't know why we're
Yeah, we
doing
got a lot of
that.
time to spend. All right, let's go. The 30-minute one, please.
All right, very well. And begins off on that journey. There's not much to explain really about it. It looks like kind of your average storefront. It does have a bit of a wafting smell coming out of it. Nothing like sublime, but it smells like food.
Smells good.
Yeah, now I'm getting hungry.
All right. You go to the establishment. There is like a waitress type deal. She gives you a quick bow. Just kind of, please follow me.
I want to scan the room for chainmail.
Oh, sure. Give it a perception check.
How can we eat anywhere?
I see them everywhere. Passive is 15.
Actually, you get a really good view of little walls. This establishment seems to value privacy. It's actually sectioned off the main room into tiny silhouetted stalls with curtains.
Oh.
So you actually don't see anything. And she kind of like, this way, please.
Thank you very much.
She takes you to a tiny table, just for the two of you, since it's only the two of you, and kind of sits you down and closes the curtain. Food will be with you shortly.
All right.
Okay.
It seems like it's one of those things where you just come in and eat what they're making.
Yeah. Basically.
He's like, today we have rat.
Well, looks like
Son of a bitch!
looks like we're eating rat one way or the
It's just gonna be a live rat. It came to one of the live places.
Oh, God.
No, he would still remember they said dead food. They don't forget.
Anything. The greeters are Skynet.
So you guys wait about 10 minutes or so, and they bring you, it's basically your standard, what would you call it? Like more Asian flair type restaurant. There's some sort of rice. There's a meat dish included with it. A slight, like, kind of like salad with that dressing, that sort of thing.
Nice.
And a little bowl of soup. Just like a miso style soup.
Perfect.
When they set it down, the individual that brought it is just kind of, 4, please.
Oh, okay. I give her full gold.
Okay. Takes it. You leave when you are done.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. And they leave you to it.
Well, this is an efficient place.
It is. Was it 4 gold each or just 4 gold?
4 gold in total.
Dang, yo.
I was curious.
I'm assuming Dis has absolutely no idea what the utensils they probably gave him on how to eat.
It is more like the Asian style chopstick utensil.
Doubt he's ever seen it. Probably just gonna...
You're in a tiny curtained off area. No one's going to judge you. They can't see you.
I think there was probably discussion of what are you supposed to do with this?
I think it's for, like, protecting yourself if
Are
somebody
they,
attacks.
connected?
No, they're separate.
They're
Just 2
separate.
sticks.
You, like, it poke someone's eyes out or something.
Meyer, how do I kill with these?
Lend me your power.
I guess I'm just gonna, drink the soup.
That's what Dis is doing.
I will say as well, somewhere along their travels, they're going to stop for food as well. Mostly because the older lady on your back smacks you at some point and is just like, I'm hungry.
Oh, speaking of, have we even had a chance to sit down today, then?
I don't believe so.
haven't.
Thank you.
She just gives you one of those smiles.
Lazarus is warming up to her real fast.
Do you know somewhere good to eat?
Lazarus has not eaten yet on the marketplace at all.
Then we'll go to my favorite stop.
Which way and how far?
She kind of she starts to direct you, and then she just gives up and grabs the back of your head and just starts angling you.
So Lazarus, like, while he's going, like, anytime someone, like, people, like, turn and look, Lazarus just gives him a big grin as he walks by. Or as he jots by, I guess.
So, for where you guys end up for food, decent-looking establishment, not altogether different from what Kenna and Dis had ended up at. However, as you go inside, rather than being a cordoned-off area, it seems to be sort of a communal eating area. There's only
Big
one
tables,
table.
yeah.
There's only one table. It's a gigantic round table that people are just switching in and out of, and there's 3 people cooking in the center that are just dishing food out
Nice.
to everybody else. And when I say dishing food, you'll notice I didn't say cooking food, because it's not dead. It is grubs, bugs, basically anything you can eat while it's still wriggling. Squid.
Lazarus is probably like, I'm like, ooh.
I think a dragonborn would be right into that.
Yeah.
Nim, nope. Fails the Constitution save. I just threw up.
Well, I mean, at least you sat down and started eating. Or are you saying you threw up when you hit the door?
No, as soon as I see them dishing out grubs, I nat one.
Just
Con
run
save, so I throw up.
I feel like Faye just like taps you on the shoulder and like points and is like, I knew he was going to do that.
I like,
But I brought you here anyway.
What a terrible person! Faye!
Lazarus shall recall not to get on your backside.
I'll see you guys at the fire.
Perhaps finds another lunch on the way, Nim.
Yeah, I'll you guys eat. I'll go find different food that's not wriggling.
Wait. Do not worry, Nim. They have a children's menu you can order from.
It's not about the size of the grub, it's about the grub wriggling everywhere.
No, the child menu, they kill it for you. No one wants a small child choking on something that wriggles. If you can't eat at the big boy table, I can arrange a stool for you as well.
Lazarus is just looking at Nim waiting from the side.
I mean, dead grubs are still grubs, so I think I'm just gonna go and find my own food. Lazarus, can I have like a gold or 2? I don't know how much food is here, but
If he's picky, he'll need closer to 5.
I'm not super picky, I just don't like eating grubs.
6 then.
That seems fair.
You get 6 gold.
Look for 6 gold.
That'd be impressive.
As you go to leave, she directs you to sit down, and she grabs a chair as well. And just as you're heading out the door, she turns around. And Nim, be mindful of that step. And then she just turns around and starts eating.
Tell him the divination wizard to be mindful of his step.
That's
I
why
feel
he wants the lucky feet.
Yeah. I feel like it probably does go down almost exactly like that. I don't see any reason not for that to happen. So it's just like, I don't need this kind of shit on his way out of the door.
It's not that big of a fall, though.
No,
Oh,
I
but it's
mean...
funny. That is funny. Alright, so we're all sitting down for grub.
Yeah, everybody's eating.
Well, you're eating grub.
Nim, for yours, just to keep things fairly tight, you find a much more, shall we say, average establishment to eat at, and get yourself something a little more casual. It's only about 3 gold, the one you find.
Yeah.
All right. As fun as that's been, we're just about out of time for this recording. Mm-hmm. So I figure maybe what we'll do is we'll talk about anything that you guys want to get done between now and the next morning. Like we'll do the get to the fire, long rest. That way for the next session we can just start kind of right back into things.
Yeah, so I've got spells I'm changing on along the rest of the shit.
Okay.
Some other stuff.
I would say too, it doesn't just have to be spells. Anything that you might want to like try to talk to people about as well. And we can do that as kind of like a downtime activity.
I also, next time Lazarus has a chance to talk to Dis and the others together.
Okay. And we can do that in the morning. Dis and Kenna, you guys were going to go talk to some other people. So basically, what sort of information are you looking for? And we'll figure out whether or not you find anything.
Basically trying to find either a link between Gruff Woodwalker and the symbol, or with Gruff Woodwalker disappearing, Gruff Woodwalker with fire, this type of fire appearing in the same place, and, like, the area the building's in.
Sure, absolutely.
So, just really focused on the half-orc.
I also, kind of want to ask if, they've ever been in the building before and if they've ever seen the design or the layout.
Okay, fair enough. Both of you roll luck rolls. In the meantime, Lazarus, what spells are you switching out?
Well, I don't know which ones I'm taking off yet. I suppose I should have looked that up now.
Can I use inspiration on luck?
I mean, it's a roll, so yes.
I feel inspired right now, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, all right.
It's
Man,
better.
say what you will. Dis and Lazarus are super efficient with their inspiration rolls. They get them, they use them.
I had to incite that
I've
thing.
not really rolled this session.
Because
No,
it
good
really
for you.
mattered, because if Lazarus didn't believe her, he was not going to go along with that at all.
No, of course not. You needed to have some sort of ground
So
reference.
I'm losing heroism and command. And I'm going to equip protection from evil and good. And compelled duel.
I challenge you to a duel. I shall
Nim?
insult you a second time.
Nim, anything you want to change before I wrap up what those two found?
Also, I suppose I'll read out protection from evil and good for everyone, because it's kind of relevant to things that may happen.
Was there a spell you could swap on about one that was in the druid?
No, I don't know
He
it
has,
yet.
he has to
I
learn
have
to commit it to the scroll to his book.
Right.
I have to commit it, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You could presumably take time to do that later today.
Yeah, if I get the gold components, if they allow me to. But I think we figured that it wasn't worth it, because Kenna can just... Well, but then that costs more gold. I don't know.
Think about it during our, between now and next session. Okay. Sorry, go ahead and read your spell.
Alright, so if I don't have a focus, it takes holy water or powdered iron and silver. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fays, fiends, and undead. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target can also not be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. The target was already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature. The target of the spell gains advantage against resisting that effect.
Yeah, could be helpful.
Well, that makes everything from that attack as a disadvantage. It's quite nice.
Nice. All right. Anything else from Lazarus?
Well, we all know what compelled duel is for the most part.
Yeah. Nim, anything from you?
I might... Maybe I'll put that on.
Ooh,
that
I like the
off.
sound of that.
Okay, I'm going to put Expeditious Retreat back on. I'm taking larger dues off.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Makes sense. Run away from fire.
All right. What were the rolls? We'll start with Dis.
8.
Even with the inspiration?
I had a 1 originally.
Oh, damn. Okay, so... Dis, during the course of your questionings, not really any link between, him and the symbol or him and fire. There hasn't really been a fire in this location before, at least not as far as you can tell. Nothing of this stature. I mean, it is a sawmill, fires happen, but nothing like this. Nothing that would give you cause for alarm. Kenna?
I rolled an 18.
All right, and you were looking for specifically, if people had been inside.
Been in the building. I sneakily asking if they've ever seen
Somebody they don't know, or
carvings on the wall, or trying
bizarre
to ask
decorations,
about the
and...
symbols and stuff, the symbol and stuff, but not being
ask if
yeah, we
there's
saw the
anybody.
symbol.
Okay, that seems fair. So, over the course of your questioning, you find out it seemed to be a pretty open shop. People were free to come in as they pleased, pick out materials that they wanted. He was always happy to have people come in, take a look at the merchandise individually. However, you do pick up on a rumor. Most people seem pretty dismissive of it, especially the ones that tell you about it. They kind of tell you about it in more of a, we heard this rumor, but like nobody really thinks anything about it sort of thing. But there was a rumor about on the very bottom floor of the sawmill that only certain clients were allowed to go down to that level. People were allowed on the second level just fine and, all that kind of stuff, but just the third level seemed to be only for a certain kind of customer. People used to think like big orders or maybe, under the table type trades, that sort of thing. But most people you talk to seem to think it's just a rumor.
Okay.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to talk about before we kind
Water
of
doesn't really do what you want it to do.
fast pace?
It like assumes there is a body of water, and then it's got a bunch of different effects based on that.
Okay.
Okay, so you might change that spell out then.
No, I didn't have it on. I was just looking at it, but
Unless there's a body of water right beside it, in which case you can cause it to surge up 20 feet and it might flood in, but I don't think there was a body of
so
water.
it wouldn't stand. But it says any freestanding water inside an area on here. So wouldn't that be like if I cast a tidal wave, then I can just control the water?
I mean, you could control the water that was left over, I would imagine. Unless the spell specifically doesn't work on, like, magically generated water or something of a similar type.
No, it's just that it's like...
You use the water from the bucket.
So
It
that's
says
only
it's
like the first...
freestanding water.
That's just the first snippet. So
Okay.
there's a flood effect you can do, where the level of all standing water in the area is to rise by as much as 20 feet. This includes a shore the flooding water spills onto dry land. If you choose an area in a large body of water, you instead create a 20-foot tall wave that goes from one side to the other. So it's all about, like, rivers and
Lakes and
lakes
open
and
bodies.
stuff.
That does seem to be what it's, like, generally geared to. I would say, I mean, if you tidal waved an area and control watered right after, you might get, like, a bit of control, but I don't think it'd be as much water as control water would maybe normally let
Just
you
fill the
move.
entire first floor with just barrels of water and make them all rise up.
I mean, you certainly could do something like
I
that.
mean,
Like,
that's
there's nothing to
kind of what
stop
I
you.
was thinking of. Is
But
like,
it doesn't say that you actually create or, like, destroy any water.
No,
So
you'd have
it's
to have the
literally,
water
like,
there already.
As you're controlling the water, it's all evaporating super fast anyway.
but I
so
can
it's not
also
really good.
create water.
Yeah, but the amount you create compared to how much that can control is like a drop of water.
Yeah. Not saying it's not useful. I think there's definitely places
Well,
you can use
it's
it.
fourth level though. Like there's much better fourth level spells that you can cast for that.
I mean, at a fourth level, I think control water is more like you could make basically an entire lake flood. Like,
Well,
it's
the
a pretty
big-
serious amount of water
The
then.
big thing with control water is like that first one, the tidal wave type control water. You can capsize ships with it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
So
that's
that's why it's a
kick
fourth
to
level.
it.
Is because it's like it's super powerful, but only if you're like doing it in the right way.
For
Okay.
one day when Lazarus returns to the sea.
Well, then I am not changing
Well, I mean,
any
it'd also
spells.
be an awesome
Like,
fucking spell for
If
the
you
whole...
want to put on a
if the
water
island's ever
fourth
attacked by
level,
the sea,
there is
Totally.
water
You can just go
spirit.
on the fucking coast and just cause a fucking tidal wave.
Ken up on the top of the island is just like creates a giant tidal wave and
That'd be
capsizes like 8 ships. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, then what we'll do is, so we're taking a break next week.
Mhm.
So when we pick back up, we'll basically start fresh with basically you guys having finished a long rest and ready to kind of take the building back on again.
Erase all this shit. And
Okay.
My exhaustion heals.
We'll
as
see you
well.
guys next time. Wow, what a cliffhanger. I wonder what's going to happen next time. Seriously, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, share us with your friends. If you hated what you heard, share us with your enemies. Seriously, though, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll find out what happens to Double Doubles and Dragons next time.